Hey! So today I'll be showing you how to make a HP pencil model using just simple nets. So here are what you'll need. A pink piece of card, a yellow piece of card, and a white piece of card. If you don't have card, you can always just use coloured paper and stick it on to a piece of cardboard to make it stronger for the net. A pair of scissors, a ruler, and a pencil to draw out the net, and a rubber as well. Firstly, I'm going to start off with my pink piece of card, and I'm going to draw out the net for the cube. So using my pencil and ruler, I'm going to draw one side of the cube, which is square, and it's going to be length 5 by 5. This is, I guess, near the top of the paper, but also in the middle, I guess. Next to that one, I'm going to draw another square, again 5 by 5. And next to that one, I am going to draw another 5 by 5 square. And repeating that again, another 5 by 5 square on top of my center one, which I first drew. So now next to the center square, I'm going to draw two more sides, but first I'm going to draw the tabs for my bottom square. And this is going to be around all sides of it, the tabs on my bottom square. And next to my center square, I'm just going to draw two more 5 by 5 squares on either side of it. And again, I'm going to be adding tabs to the sides of them. I would recommend doing the tabs bigger than I'm doing it, so it's easier for you to stick it together later. Okay, so now I'm done doing the net of the cube. The next step is to get my yellow piece of card, and again using my pencil and ruler, firstly I am going to draw a 5 by 5 square again, and this square has to be the same as the cube because it has to fit on top of one another evenly, and I don't want bits sticking out. So after drawing my 5 by 5 square, I'm going to draw an 8 by 5 rectangle next to it. And next to that rectangle, I'm going to draw a 5 by 5 square. So the rectangle is going to be the main side of this cuboid. And again, I'm going to draw another 8 by 5 rectangle next to the 5 by 5 square. So next to the center rectangle, I'm going to draw two more 8 by 5 rectangles next to it, and then this will finish off drawing all 4 rectangles for the sides. And here it is. So now the next step is to add in all the tabs. So again, like the square, I'm going to add tabs to the rectangles at the side of the center rectangle, and again trying to make them big but not too big, so it's easier to glue later. And here's how it looks like. So adding tabs around the bottom rectangle at the end, which is the same as the cube, but instead it's a square, but this is a rectangle. So here's how it looks like, the finished net of the cuboid. So using a black marker, to make it more like the HB pencil, I'm going to add the black stripe pattern onto it. And this will go onto all the rectangles, and it's going to be vertical. So remember to draw it the right way. And I'm going to repeat these on all the rest of the rectangle. So here is the net for the cuboid done. So the next one I think is tricky, which is the square base pyramid, and I'm taking my white piece of card now and drawing a 5x5 square in the center. And as you know, on a square base pyramid you're going to have triangles at the sides, which is harder to draw, but you're going to have to try and neatly draw them out and even to one another. And the length of the side of my triangle I'm following by is again 5 centimeters long for each side. And since I've done this before, it's quite easy for me to draw them evenly out the sides, although it may take you a while. So here's the triangles done, and now I'm going to add in the little tabs. The tabs on the square base pyramid is a bit different from the cuboid and cube. The shape of these tabs are a bit like isosceles. And here are all the tabs done, and now the square base pyramid net is finished. Alternatively, you can go on websites to print off these nets. For example, here is one that I'm using for this. So I have printed these all onto pieces of card. For the cuboid, I have printed it on a white piece of paper and then stuck a pink sheet on the back. For the square base prism, I have printed on a faded kind of yellow card that you can buy in stores. And for the cube, I have also printed it on a white piece of card and a yellow piece of paper is stuck onto the back. For some of them, I have printed onto white piece of card only because I don't have any coloured card anymore left. So this is just the same. After cutting all the nets out, here is the square base prism, the cube, and the cuboid. And I finally finished drawing all the black pattern lines on it. So here are all my nets that I have cut out carefully. So the next step is to glue it all together. So I'm going to fold along all these lines right here and apply glue onto these small tabs here and stick them to the net. Also, if you have stuck your coloured piece of paper net onto card or cardboard, now the tabs are not supposed to be bent backwards then, like this, like what you'll usually do. Instead you have to bend it forwards because you want the coloured side of the net to be on the outside instead. So now you should have finished sticking all the nets together and putting the glue to the side. here is my square based prism, which is the top of the pencil, the cuboid, which is the middle of the pencil, and the pattern looks cool, and the rubber cube. So grabbing my glue again, now the next step is to stick it together. So getting my cuboid, I'm going to stick this on top of my rubber cube. So adding glue to one side, probably the side which doesn't look the best would be good to stick. So then you can hide it, I guess. And the cuboid pencil part, I'm just going to stick it together like this, which may take a while for it to dry, so you have to press it hard together. So here are the cuboid and cube stuck together now, and it's still slowly drying right now. So now the next step is to stick the square based prism onto the other side of the cuboid. So applying glue onto it, and grabbing my square based prism, I'm going to stick this on top of the cuboid and just adjusting it so it's evenly shaped. So here is how my pencil model looks at the moment, and I'm going to wait for it to dry. After the glue has finally dried, the next step is you'll need a black marker, which I forgot to tell you need at the beginning. Grabbing my HB pencil, the next step which I need to do is draw the lead of the pencil. So putting down the pencil, grabbing my black marker, on the top of the square base prism, I'm basically going to colour it in. So now one side of the tip is done. I'm going to repeat it to the same on the other side. Okay, so I've finished drawing the tip of the square base pyramid of the lead part. And this part is optional, but I want to outline the part of the rubber and the yellow pencil part. It's not very neat how I'm doing it, but I'm going to neaten it out afterwards when I've got the thickness of the outline I want. So here's one side, I'm going to repeat this for the other sides. Here's how it looks after I've outlined the pencil yellow part and the rubber. So now the model is complete, and it actually looks like a real pencil, but obviously bigger. So what else can I add? Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna add something extra, which you don't have to do, but you can if you want. And voila! See, now it has a smiley face and it looks like a chibi pencil, doesn't it? it looks more cute now, and I like it better like this, I think. Although you don't have to do it. So one more thing I want to add, and you can do this if you want. I'm going to add arms onto it. So I'm going to add it to either side of my model pencil. So applying glue onto the arm. I drew the arms myself, and it's something I just randomly made up. It doesn't have to be very detailed. Something simple is just fine, because you want to keep the model as simple as possible and not try to add lots of detail. I color coordinated it so it's red like the end of the pencil and it fits the model. Although it looks like it's boxing gloves to hand, but it's still pretty cute, so it fits the model pretty well. And adjusting the hands a little bit and model. It can be a cute little decoration you can put anywhere, or a gift as a friend, since you're going back to school soon anyway. Here's the finished model, and it looks pretty cool, since I thought it can be great for anyone to make, and it's not too hard as well. You can decorate it however you want. There's lots of ways. So bye, see you next time.